Hey YouTube, Silver5150 here. I think it's Sunday, March the 1st, and if I sound a little jovial, there's a reason for it. We are catching a bid tonight in metals. Metals are going up tonight. It looks like silver is moving up probably close to 2% right now. I think gold is jumping about 2% in the pre-market right now, and the 10-year bond, the 10-year yield right now is off the charts. We're headed down to, I think, a sub 1 handle, which, you know, put us in the 0.99 range for the 10-year note. All right, it's ridiculous. The 10-year yield is going to be under 1, which has never happened in the history of mankind. You are looking at here, these are some of the steps I'm taking to remain disinfected from the COVID-2 virus, the coronavirus that's going around. Witch hazel cleansing cloths, these are surgical level, and then surgical level skin cleanser, which actually is kind of lotiony. It has a very nice moisturizing texture to it, but those are the chemicals that are being used in it. The chlorhexidine, gluconate, 4% solution. This is what surgeons use on their hands. And I just keep this in the ride to try to, you know, mitigate some of the risk, I guess, you know, especially going to the gym. You know, I was in there using plenty of their Perel and stuff, but Perel doesn't get everything. Washing my hands constantly, wiping down equipment, wiping it down, and, you know, keeping myself and keeping my distance and whatnot. Just getting into the practice of trying to stay, you know, corona-free as long as possible. I think eventually it's going to make it to all our areas and stuff, but it all depends on our vigilance, you know, in terms of keeping things under control. As we head into this week, man, I am hoping for a turnaround. I don't really care if there's a turnaround in equities. If some of you people are invested in the stock market right now and you can't get out because of your 401ks, I do sympathize with that, because your hedge fund managers, they pretty much control what happens with your retirement funds. And fortunately for me, I'm able to, you know, request that mine be moved. And right now I'm in treasuries. I probably should be in bonds, because the 10-year, like I said, is just doing ridiculous things right now. And I kind of wish I had the foresight to jump in before it dropped so low. Anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and ride it out in treasuries and see what happens. If there's another shift in bonds, I might move over into bonds. But for now, I'm mostly hedged in silver. You guys know this. And in fact, now that I see that there is going to be a jump in the metals markets, I'm going to see if gold continues to outperform silver, in which case we're going to head to a probably 100 to 1 gold to silver ratio. I'm sorry, silver to gold ratio, or 1 to 100 gold to silver ratio. And that's going to force me to look at my fractional gold and actually exchange it for more silver. Because, like I said, I'll go back to these other metals once the ratios drop down. But if we're going to have even more disparity between the two metals, because I think really all I got left is gold. I sold the last piece of palladium I had last week before the big drop. And I actually traded that for 100 ounces of these new Laos Tiger coins. I think APMEX has Laos Tiger coins. And I sold the 1 bar of palladium and bought the Laos Tiger coins, 100 of those, and then I'll show you those later in another video. And then kept the rest of the cash, you know, in my account to use for bills and whatnot. But now I'm going to start looking at my fractional gold to see what I can live without, and see about exchanging that for more silver if we get this 100 to 1 silver to gold ratio, which would be almost historic. So, all right, man, some Sunday afternoon update for you. We don't know what's going to, you know, happen in terms of this virus, but it looks like it's going to take some more numbers to get it out to people to realize how serious this is. We're going to see more progress with the virus, but we're also going to see progress in people's desire to be vigilant and to do whatever they have to do to mitigate the exposure. So that'll be very good for people's posture, and it'll be very good to sober them up as we head into an era where I think people's word, their attitudes, their arrogance is all going to come into question, and they're going to have to decide, you know, if they're going to run the human race or that private race of hubris that they've been running for a while. Let's hope that they choose the former instead. All right, people, like, share, subscribe, comment. Always love your comments. And I appreciate the new subscribers that are coming on board. You guys are subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. I will communicate with every single one of you if you comment. I always get back to your comments and stuff. And like I had asked before on Friday, please look through some of the old videos and look at some of the cool stuff that's out there that I picked up earlier on, or some of the topics that I talked about. And I think even as we go down the road here, I'm going to start talking about relationships, because I notice a lot of my friends are having trouble with their relationships, and I will even delve into precious metals and how it pertains to relationships, and the differences between us guys and the girls out there. It's amazing, you know, what the disparities are. All right, enough yammering. You guys go ahead, enjoy the rest of the weekend as it fades away, and we'll get into the week and we'll hit it hard, because we are strong, good human beings that want the best for ourselves and our families, and by gum, we're going to get what we can get. All right, we'll see you later.